We are, I guess we are live. This is Dungeons and Dragons, DM Carol, running a game of Sewers Under Sandwall. And we'll get started. My four hardy characters are hiking up the trail here, and it says the sharp twinge of salt and crashing waves of Bleakwater Bay spur you forward. Yeah. As you scale the final hill of the brushland you've been trekking through for several days, you find a small cluster of buildings hugging the coastline, surrounded by a low sandstone wall. At long last, you've reached your destination, the village of Sandwall. The sandstone wall, the village's namesake, surrounds the quaint fishing village. Thin wisps of smoke rise from a few chimneys attached to humble buildings. You find it peculiar that the village is quiet and still, and more peculiar still that no boats bob in the bay. A man stands guard at the entrance to the village, and a halfling merchant solemnly pulls her cart of wares westward, which means towards you, seemingly turned away at the gates. And I'm going to have you start your introductions. We will start with Kama Thornblood.
My name is Kama Thornblood. I am orc. Real orc, not like brother, but orc like me. Kama Thornblood. I here with these people, things, little ones. We come to Sandwall for job with my brother, a mock, but I call him Maka.
All right. Next, Anna, would you introduce your character?
I'm Pugsy. I'm Dragonborn Rogue, an orphan from the nearby village. I follow Kama for protection and the job.
All right. And next we'll go with John Cook down the line.
Nothing new there. Multiple Johns in the same game. But I am playing Pepsi Green Bottle. I am a very short human. And am mainly wandering to town trying to figure out if I can actually sell my wares.
All right. Now we get to the other John.
I am also John, strangely enough. I am playing a mock brother of Kama, half brother of Kama. My lineage is both orc and ogre. I have pretty much gotten my brother kicked out of his clan, so we've created our own clan, and we are traveling around trying to just survive, make money, eat anything that gets in our way. Kill anything that gets in the way, eat it after. Or sometimes eat it live. It really doesn't matter to us, really. And we're here to get some coinage.
So yes, as you start to approach the village, like I said, you will see a halfling with a cart full of trade goods heading your direction, plus the wall with a guard. What do you want to do?
You also might notice about Pugsy is that she's extremely short for a Dragonborn and extremely ugly. Teeth sticking out every which way and a very short, turned up nose.
Human, go talk to the halfling. See if halfling know what go on in Sandwall.
Okay. You guys were tagging along anyway. I'm gonna go up to the halfling.
Why, hello.
Hi there. Looks like a fellow merchant.
Oh, are you a merchant? And she looks around to see if you have any wares to sell.
You notice a bandolier of potion vials. Yes, I'm a young alchemist.
Aha. I
Riz
have. Oh, go ahead.
recently wandering the realm.
I've been taking this route for quite some time, but they're not letting anyone in Sandwall right now. Something about an illness, like something they called fish fever.
Oh, that's never good.
No, no. But I have a few things I need to sell if there's anything you or your friends might be interested in.
I'm not sure. The budget's really tight right now. You know how merchants are.
Oh, yes, I know. And it's even tighter, but I can make you a pretty good deal since I have to get rid of this stuff. I've got to get some cash back out of it. Sandwall isn't buying.
Okay, I only have 4 gold, so I'm pretty sure most of her wares are well out of my price point.
Well, if you had nothing, perhaps your friends have a little more.
At this point, may I just interject when she says maybe your friends, the camera would pan over to the 2 orcs, the Dragonborn, and we would really smile bright and wave, trying to, and then that would be it. Sorry.
Yes.
I can picture the camera panning over, and it's at their bellies because that's about my height. Then it pans up.
It'd be a face hug for me.
Yes.
Yes, it catches the Dragonborn and then goes up to the ogres.
Top of my horse.
Cordell rather looks up at you all. Well, did you want anything? She fingers the sword that she wears at her side.
Kama would walk up to her and smell her. What you sell?
I sell dyes. I have some lovely dyes. I have a purple pearlescent. It turns your clothing to this gorgeous purple color. It's fantastic. And then there's this black steel, and if you imbue your weapons with it, that makes it this really sinister black color. It's
Pugsy starts laughing when she says purple. Not loudly, but just to herself.
She raises an eyebrow at Pugsy, excuse me. And then there's these beads. We use them for the coloring in the purple pearlescent dye, but they're supposed to have like some sort of effect if you eat them. They make you feel better, and they taste wonderful.
Carol, out of character, would I know that?
I'm sorry. Would you know what?
I'm an alchemist. So
let's see. What would you roll? What would you roll to discern?
probably either Arcana or Religion.
Or if he has the herbalism toolbox, it's a proficiency plus his.
Yeah, herbalism would probably be the best if you've got that proficiency in herbalism.
I've got proficiency.
Or probably medicine.
Okay. Well, I rolled really good, so that's a 19.
Oh yeah, you would know that you've heard of Durnish beets before and their abilities to heal.
Pugsy comes up and stands tiptoe to sniff at the beets.
What you smell?
Smells like dirt food.
Brother,
What?
ask if she has any pixie legs.
Hey, little one. You have pixie legs.
No, we don't sell pixie legs. I'm doing I do dyes and things like that.
We don't want you to die.
Oh, but the beets taste fantastic. They're much better than pixie legs.
Dirt food like dragons say. We go to Sandwall, make money, buy meat and weapon.
So how much for the beads?
Oh, I could sell them at a deep discount for 5 gold apiece.
Ah, human.
5 gold. How much is that, brother?
I don't know.
Pugsy doesn't say anything, but looks at Pepsi, like to ask if this is a good deal or not, but doesn't actually speak out loud.
And I kind of look at her and said, I don't have it.
Well, we sell them for 10 normally in Sandwall, but I'm giving you this serious discount because, like I said, I can't get into town to try selling anything.
I completely understand, and I just don't have it.
What, human, you want?
We could probably use them, but
Hey, you give better money thing. What that called? Price. Give better price.
Pugsy looks around to see if there's any nearby cover, but is guessing it's not going to be useful since the merchant already knows she's there.
Is the merchant? Can I roll intimidation or anything against this merchant? Because I'm about to eat this freaking halfling. I'm gonna take everything she has.
I also come up behind him, and I stand a good 9 inches taller than he does. I will assist him in a little bit of a threat. Nothing to, I'm just big.
Yeah, roll intimidation. Poor Cordell.
I'm using rolls.org. Let me just make the room real quick. I'm sorry. It just will take me.
Oh my god!
Don't you have any like real dice? Probably not, huh?
No, I'm traveling. You guys are just mean people.
Yeah.
It's just making me feel bad for not having dice and stuff. Okay. What is it? What's the sewers? I'm just gonna call this sewers.
SUS.
Sewers. All right. There's the room. It's in the chat if you want to see my rolls. Okay. So next is intimidation roll. D20 plus 3. Here we go, boys and girls. I'm going to roll quite amazing.
You have advantage.
I have advantage. That's right.
You do have advantage. You have a helper.
You have advantage is what I meant to say.
I'm quite sure you have advantage with the what did you roll?
A nat 1.
No. So actually you're with advantage?
Oh wait, no, not with advantage. 1 second. Oh, let me roll it again.
I wanted to make you afraid of the halfling man.
No, I rolled it. I rolled a 12 with advantage, but I want to opt for the 4.
I would have to say that you actually find this halfling unusually scary for some reason.
I can't even say the voice. It's too funny. All right. He would just go, oh, we go to Sandwall. You strange halfling.
Well, brother, we
No. We go now.
yeah, okay, we're right, fine.
Can I attempt to pickpocket one of them off of her cart?
Sure, she's definitely distracted. Let's see how you do.
While Anna rolls, Amok reaches a ham-sized fist into one of his pouches. You hear the sound of chinkling, and he drops near John's character Pepsi a handful of copper coins, 8 to be exact. Here, might help.
Well, I got a natural 20 on my sleight of hand check.
Oh!
Somehow you reach in and you fish out 5 beets and slide them under your cloak, and she never even notices because she's so busy trying to deal with all these crazy
That's awesome.
orcs and things.
That was so good.
She's like, well, if you can't afford anything, I guess I best be on my way. And good luck in Sandwall. Are you headed there?
I got the copper, and I tell him that's beer money for tonight.
Yes.
Was that all that she had? Was the 5?
You could check.
I'm not thinking to steal more, but I don't know, maybe we shouldn't have her look in the thing now that there's some missing. Never mind.
Yeah, because if she looks, it'll be a perception check. I think she'll notice.
Yeah, DM, is it possible that I could make a perception check to see if I saw her take the stuff?
Ooh.
With a nat 20, you didn't see her.
Okay.
Well, I think she just gets away with it clean on that one.
Well, I'm not trying to.
Well, I know.
Why you take stuff?
No,
while he says that, Kama's like not turning his back to the halfling and pointing at the halfling like, I see you, don't you go nowhere.
She just shakes her head at the lot of you and packs her stuff up and goes.
Scary halfling.
No, brother. No.
He looks scary to me. Beady eyes.
That's not. I
Like have bad credit. Let's go.
Fine.
Sandwall.
Fine, brother.
All right. Sandwall. We go. Yes. No?
It's a good idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sandwall. We go.
Kama would start walking, and he would still, every now and then, you would see Kama walk down whatever dirt road or wherever we're going. You'd see him turn around, like triple checking to see if the halfling is following him. And I would say probably because he rolled a critical fail, he'd probably be paranoid of that halfling throughout the whole episode, looking for the halfling in weird places. All right.
But once we're out of earshot of the halfling, I pull the bag out and hand it to Pepsi.
He shakes his head and says, I should have guessed.
He gets a toothy, broken tooth grin back.
What's that?
You share.
It's earthy stuff. We'll keep it for later.
From halfling?
From halfling.
She come back. Go give it back to halfling. She come back and get us.
Halfling didn't know I took it.
Oh. Okay.
So I take it you go on to the city wall.
Of course.
You'll find a guard standing there, just kind of looking at you rather suspiciously. He's armed with a rusty fishing spear, and he declares to you, "No trade coming into Sandwall permitted, friends, by order of Mayor Zelb. So sorry for the inconvenience."
Why are we not allowed in town?
Well, Mayor Zelb has closed the gates to all importing and exporting due to a spreading sickness.
Oh,
Fever, they call it. To be honest, there's no use trading here anyway. So many are bedridden from the fever that many of the market stalls have gone unmanned and empty.
Fever. What fever?
Call it fish fever.
What fish fever?
well, I come from the Alchemy Tower, a few miles away.
Are you from Dern, the Wizard City?
I guess.
Are you here to help? We could use some help.
I have some skills with healing.
We could use anything that anyone has.
We've got dirt food.
Come on,
Oh, sorry.
come on.
Oh,
Is this your job?
no. But we have dirt food. Dirt food they might like. Help them with fever. Fever. Yes.
Yeah. There's been some kind of crazy things going. There's a couple of fishermen that have just disappeared from town. And yeah, if you're willing to come in and help get the city running, I'm sure there might be some money for you in it.
Beer.
Money, beer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we're a little low on beer right now, but that would change if the village wasn't, if people were healthy.
So if we help you, you give us money and get beer.
Wint kind of looks at this giant orc and kind of nods and says, "Yeah, I'm sure we could."
And as he's looking kind of funny, I look over at him, go, shake my head up and down. Not inside of him, but like, just go with the flow, man. Go with the flow. We don't want the problems.
And he's kind of, he's giving them the eye.
Kama would look at the human and notice that the human is has some kind of at least to the best of his ability, he would see that things that are going well. And Kama would look at his human companion and his dragonborn and just kind of just say,
"Okay, we go help."
Yes, he goes ahead and opens the gate to let you in. But watch yourselves, because there's been some kind of bounty hunters, but I'm not sure exactly if they're really bounty hunters coming through in recent weeks. They seem to be hunting the notorious criminal known as Slimy Jack. So kind of keep an eye out for them.
Beer.
Pugsy was clearly mentally counting up gold from helping until the guard mentions the bounty hunters, and then perks up and pays attention and files that information away for later.
All right, half a second here.
Human, talk to God so we find where to go.
So where is most of the healers at? Or are there any healers in town?
Well, we've made kind of a hospital at Fern's stable. It's just inside the gate and to the right. And past that, you'll find the Hardy Harpoon. If you're into beer, that's where you'll find the beer. So you'll probably see various houses.
Okay. Kama, Amak, get beer. Human, dragon lady, Goku, other stuff.
Yes. We'll meet you at beer later.
Okay.
And he would just look at his brother and just kind of start walking, I guess, in the direction that she would have said, or the guard would have said, was the pub.
Yeah, Amok follows. Not too closely, just behind him with his long, deep strides.
We're splitting the party, and the ogre and the orc are going to the bar.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Absolutely nothing.
No idea.
Yeah. All right, I put up a map that gives you like a rough idea of what the little town looks like.
Before you guys walk away, you see me reach into a pouch. You've seen me do this a couple of times, and you never quite get what's going on. But a pile of gears start piecing themselves together. And you see what, to most of you in the modern world, would refer to as a steampunk bat. Gizmo, go with them. And at that, the bat comes up and starts writing on your shoulder.
Wait, whose shoulder?
Yours.
Okay, that's fine.
Look, Flippy back.
Where'd no eat that?
I don't think it would be good to eat.
I know. I tried last week.
I wasn't sure you remembered.
And it took me most of the week to put them back together.
Amok shrugs.
All right, so who's heading where exactly here?
Look, brother, they color-coded for us.
It's like mini mall.
They got
But
that
town.
in
Have
that color.
directory.
All right. Which of the colored buildings is the inn?
Okay, so the green one is the stable they're using for a hospital,
Okay.
and the yellow one is the inn.
So we are heading to the yellow one, and where are they supposedly heading to?
Past you.
Past us? Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's-
you're not going to the hospital?
Well, why don't we go starting to get them liquored up first?
yes.
All right.
Make
So
sure
y'all
they
go together.
Best human ever.
Make sure they don't wander off.
All right. All right. So so we're definitely going to go to the pub. At least the two big guys are, and obviously the bird.
Perfect.
It's a bat, brother.
Flippy.
Also, he looks like he's got smoke coming off of him.
Smoky Flip.
Flippy smoke.
Carol, just so you know, that's my familiar.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
You had a little box over the thing, and your box over the
Oh, my
thing.
box is all moved, little boogers. That doesn't really matter. Oh, I see that moved. I was just going to reveal the names as you got there is all, but it doesn't really matter.
But we go in, I slip the bartender a gold and ask him to make sure that they're well taken care of on the cheap stuff.
All right, well, here, as you go in, we have a little text here. It's like, the boards creak loudly as you enter Sandwall's only tavern. Once a place of activity and excitement in the village, and now sits cold and empty, save for the slender barkeep napping on the counter.
You would notice that Kama and Amok are entirely too tall to be in this establishment. My brother's back is probably rubbing on the foundational beams that are holding up the building, and I'm just slightly shorter than him. But I would walk up to the keep, and I would just say,
3 flagons.
Now,
The barkeep wakes up with a start. You see he's an elf, but as he gets off his napping place on the bar, he's really a little clumsy.
Elf. Ah.
Eyes are a little wide. He's like, well, new people in town. Could I get you something?
Brother,
One.
we in the wrong place, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we are noted for our saltwater stout.
Saltwater stout from Elf.
Try
Well,
to poison up.
sadly, no. Saltwater stout is made by the denizens here of this town, not by elves. It'll be fine.
It's poison.
Although sadly, we are out of it anyway.
Elf killed my mother.
We have Dernish wine.
Darnish wine?
Yes, made at the Wizard City.
Hmm.
It's quite good. And then I have some sort of emergency reserves. We haven't much fresh water.
I don't like my mother anyway. I take Darnish wine.
I'll need a gold.
A muck.
Pugsy fishes one out and tosses it to him.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Dragon Lady.
Kind of gives a little bow to the Dragonborn.
Yeah,
Um,
Dragon Lady, give you go. Give Kama and a muck wine.
Yes, I will go get some. And he Landon goes back and rummages around and comes out with a couple of bottles and glasses, 4 glasses, not knowing how many people he's really going to be serving. He puts them out and puts the bottles down with them.
Pugsy sees the glasses and starts to giggle, thinking about the orcs trying to hold them.
Yeah, they're wine glasses. That's true. It would be a little funny.
Yeah, the orc. I just look at it and sigh.
I look at him and say, "Do you really want all those broken?"
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. And he quickly kind of grabs them up and goes and finds drinking glasses. Would these be better?
Probably, but I wouldn't expect them back.
Well, I'm happy to have customers of any sort. We need help so badly here.
I look at him and slip him another gold. You're probably gonna need it.
Do you need some food?
Not at the moment. I'm supposed to go over to the stables.
Oh, I have pickled vegetables and fermented fish, all from last winter before the problems.
Ugh.
Well, the fresh things, they're not fit to eat. We think it, so it's making people sick.
Meat make people sick.
Well, 2-headed fish?
Oh, double fish good.
Well, oh. About this time, the door opens, and in comes a dwarf. And
Is he taller than me?
I think he's an inch or two taller than you are, yes. And he has shoulder-length hair, and the clothes is basically sort of a beggar. And he comes in and kind of stumps in, sits down, Ha! I could use a beer, even the cheap stuff. And he looks at everybody. You want me to tell you a story?
Dwarf.
Rockbiter.
Right at that, you see Pepsi go. Sort of that hand-on face gesture of, "Oh, this is not going to go good." But doesn't say a word.
Kama would take his extremely large fingers and place them on the side of this glass that would hold this little Dornish wine and take an ever so soft sip of it and place it gently on the bar and then snarl at the dwarf.
Pugsy pats Kama on the knee and says, "If you fight, you no drink wine."
Dragon Lady always right. Me no fight. But I don't like dwarf.
Pugsy pats him on the knee again.
About this time, Landon, the barkeep. Oh, Chip tells great stories. Perhaps you'd like a story.
How much story cost from dwarf?
Whatever you care to give him.
Brother, I still have those rats from breakfast.
We give rat to the dwarf and he tell us story. What do you think?
I don't think he cares for rats.
I thought you said meat no good here. If he want meat, we have meat. If we give him meat, he tell us story.
I think he'd like another drink.
At this, I'll slip him a couple of coppers and tell the bartender that I'll pay for a drink.
Favorite double drink.
Human always giving coins. I think rat would be better, but okay. Tell dwarf to come here, tell story.
Rat stews for tonight.
Pugsy looks a little hungry thinking about the rat.
You would notice that Kama's like eyes brighten up because most likely the cooking of the human is really good. So he would be like,
Oh, okay.
So upon receipt of a second drink of the watered down swill, that's what most people are drinking anymore since they're pretty much out of their saltwater stout, Chip comes to your table in his kind of dirty beggar's clothes. Hello. I have an exciting story. It is a story about the fish fever. And he starts to drone on and on with no change of voice or tone. There has been some very strange things coming out of the sewers. Green, glowing slime. Odd things. There are strange fish in town. In the bay. People are getting sick. And he talks some more, and then he says, several days ago, giant shark men came up out of the water. A giant shark man came up out of the water, and several of our fishermen fought it off and killed it. I have heard that Mayor Zelb is keeping it in the bait shack. And by this time, you're practically snoring.
Dragon lady, can I kill the dwarf? The story is horrible. I want to kill the dwarf.
Maybe later. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you for the drink. Chip sees that you're not real excited about his story, stumps off to his own table.
Something wrong with the dwarf.
I wish we had a shark, man. We eat shark. Shark yummy. Just eat all the shark, man, I could find. Shark breakfast. Shark lunch. What?
That's really good.
Pugsy just nods.
all right, so Kama would just like look around. At this point in time, Kama would wonder why the Dragonborn and the human haven't left yet, because they said that they were going to drop him off here, right? So Kama always wants to start some kind of shit and some mischief. So he's like, when is mom and dad going to leave? So he would just say something like,
When you going?
Maybe you can stay here. I'll go and check out the stable. Because I have a feeling no good can come of this.
all right, so Kama would just sit there, and once again, you would notice that his pinky would raise, and he would take a sip of he would take a sip of his wine once again.
Brother, I don't see fever anywhere. I see bar and boring dwarf. So boring. But where is adventure? Where is fight? Where are we going to kill something where I want gold so I could get more beer and Danish wine? Where did this begin? Why we lied to?
He's sincerely asking his brother as if his brother has the answers to this question.
And as you turn over, a mock is having no place to sit. There's no chair big enough for him. He is sitting on the floor with his back to the bar, and he is out cold, snoring away.
Who's our pixies?
Oh my god.
You no help.
Did the Dragonborn stay behind?
Did Hugh and Artie leave?
Yeah, I just want to know where everybody is. If you guys have left or not, I just want to know before I continue.
I'm heading out.
Okay, so let's find out what happens with them. I think we're just.
Yeah, I'll go with them.
All right then. So while we leave our orcish friends indulging themselves.
Half orc. Orc lives matter.
All right. And Pugsy and Pepsi head over to Fern's stable, which is now the infirmary. And as you get there, you realize why the streets of Sandwall are so empty. Once used to stable horses, Fern's stable has now become a makeshift hospital, housing nearly 24 bedridden villagers. As you approach, the smell of illness and sick people and medicinal herbs fill your nostrils, and rarely does a second pass without the sound of a cough or a sneeze or a man in tattered robes, presumably Fern himself, has taken charge of helping the sick, but it's clear he's in over his head. And you'll look around, you'll see people are laid up there. Many of them are asleep, or some of them are just delirious from the effects of the fever and unable to speak coherently at all. And if you look at, all right, I guess I'll turn it over to you two for now.
I'll look around and see if there's anything noteworthy besides a bunch of sick, dying people. Do you want a perception check or
do an investigation, I guess.
investigation?
Yeah.
16.
You really don't find very much, except you can tell that Fern's been trying to comfort the sick and probably isn't really doing terribly well at actually healing anything. There's some blankets and maybe some bandages, and there's nothing really that would interest your nimble fingers. And what about you, Pepsi?
I'm going up and asking, how may I help?
Oh, he's like, well, we haven't found anything that would help. All I can do is just try to keep them comfortable. I was an acolyte at the temple, and I have some skills, but none of them are of any use.
What have you tried?
Well, I've tried this medicine, and he shows you some potion, but it doesn't seem to be particularly useful or anything. And I've just tried, the keeping them warm and trying so they don't get chills. But with their blankets, they're hot, they're cold, they can't breathe. They get, if you look, do you want to do a medicine check to see if you can see anything about the symptoms?
Sure. That'll be a 14.
Okay. You can see that some of them, their skin has gotten rather odd and kind of even scaly looking, and there's discoloration around the skin and the eyes, and they've been losing their teeth and their hair. Maybe some of them even have webbing between their fingers. And they're just shivering and sweating under their blankets. Is there anything that you want to try or do?
Can I do an Arcana to see if this looks
Yes.
more like transmutation?
Go for it.
And that is an absolutely horrible 1.
Oh golly. I don't think you're really going to see very much.
You somehow got the disease.
You can't really tell. Yeah, it's not that bad. But you can't really tell anything about the magical nature of this. You know, you kind of suspect there probably is something going on, but you're so distracted by all the coughing and sneezing and puking of these poor people that it's really kind of hard for you to figure out anything about what's going on.
With my healer supplies, would I have something that could help with the nausea at least? Even if it's not a cure, it's more dealing with the symptoms.
You could certainly try one of your concoctions and do a medicine check with it and see if it would help someone.
As he's preparing to do that, seeing that there's nothing interesting here for me, I nudge him on the shoulder and toss my head toward the door to indicate that I'm leaving and I'm going to go wander around town and investigate.
Okay.
I look at you. I'm like, can't stop you. I will ask where the constables are in case you need me.
Constables? Fern looks at you, shakes his head. Okay, before we go on here, let's cut back to the bar for a minute and see how our orcish and half-orcish friends are doing.
Oh, did you get his medicine check roll or no?
He can do that when we get back. Real quick. I'm going to try to keep it going among you a little better.
So once everyone leaves, once the last of the Dragon Lady and Pepsi leave the room, the snoring half-orc, Amok, kind of just stops, looks over at his brother and stands up. The dull look that was in his eyes, the glaze of unintelligence has vanished. And he looks, brother, your truce dictates that disease calls the weak. We should not help these people.
Kama would smile really wide.
We should put them out of their misery. Perhaps we kill them all, and then they have no more problem. No more sick people.
No, brother. This is your truce's way. We do not interfere. Grumsh would not be honored that way.
Honor's honored. We not here for honor. We here for money, bear.
That is true, brother. We are here for beer and for money. But there is honor in killing that shark person.
Oh, where's our... Oh, we go to see Mayor. You smart, Amok. Yes. We go to see Mayor now.
Amok grins with a wide grin, toothy. No tusks, though. Grin. And then the dull look takes over his face. We go, brother.
At that point in time, Amok would Kama would stand up real quick, kicking back his chair. The chair would like break against the wall, just and then he would just like take the remainder of the wine. It'd only be about 3 drops left, and he'd lift his glass up and like tap it, and just throw it across the room. And then he would just say,
If we kill Shark Man and Mayor, be happy we get more gold and beer. Oh, Amok, you so smart. Let's go.
And he would just
Landon's like, are you going to pay for that?
Hey,
You broke it.
what?
The chair, the glass.
What do you want?
Amok holds up a hand. Brother, 1 second. And Amok moves towards the chair that he's just broken. And he sort of pulls two things out of his pouch, which you can't really tell, and he kind of just chants to himself, and the chair begins to repair. And eventually, after chanting for a couple of seconds, it's fully fixed. There. Now we go.
Yes, go.
Kama would like look at the chair back together and then look at the bartender, the elf, and then he would just say,
"You lucky, my brother, like your chair."
Yes,
And-
yes.
then he'd just turn around and walk out the establishment.
Amok on his heels, but he turns, points at his eyes, then points at the elf, and then points back at his eyes, and then walks out the door.
All right. We're going to, I think, go ahead and cut back to Fern's stable for a moment. I want to find out how his medicine roll goes to see if he can help this poor suffering woman with her, who's throwing up next to him.
I rolled a 16.
Oh.
And by the way, Gizmo was instructed to follow them.
I'm sorry, what?
Gizmo, my familiar.
Oh, that's right. Gizmo's following them. Okay. And all right, as you do this medicine check, as you use your medicines on this woman, she's color gets a little better and she stops throwing up quite so much. She kind of like feels just a little bit better.
With this, I give the same instructions to the man who's running it.
They talk to Fern. Yes, Fern listens closely as you explained what you had done. And this takes probably a few minutes. And about the time that you're done explaining it, you look back at the woman and she's starting to puke again. And her color's gone back to pale. And Fern's like just shrugs. This is everything we try, same thing. They might get better for a few minutes, and then they're just as bad or worse. We need to find out what's causing this and take care of it. And then I kind of, why don't you respond to that, and then we'll go to Pugsy.
So when did all this start? How did it start?
Oh, about a couple of weeks ago. We started to see the strange green sludge in the water and the fish that were very odd. And people started getting sick. We think maybe our well's bad. We don't know. We're afraid to eat the fresh fish, the fresh seafood, for fear that it will make everybody sick. We're just living off what we have stored up.
Okay. Do what you can for them. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, thank you. I know the mayor would be happy and reward anybody that was able to help.
And with that, I sort of do my due. And I check in with Gizmo.
All right.
Because as long as they're within 50, as long as Gizmo's within, I believe it's 100 feet of me, I can know where he is.
I don't think you've gone terribly far from Gizmo at this point. They would just be leaving the bar. So you'd probably know that they were starting to move.
And with that, I look at him and said, "Oh boy, I think you may want my help in other places. Forgive me, sir." And I start to go away.
Well, thank you anyway. And we're gonna check in with Pugsy.
Upon exiting these stables, Pugsy attempts to hide in the various shadows and stealth and be unseen as she investigates town, which she probably doesn't do very good at because that's a total of 8 on her stealth roll.
Yes, I would think Pugsy is perhaps... Describe to me how Pugsy is just really a little bit clumsy on this, trying to sneak around town.
What time of day is it? It's still afternoon, isn't it?
It's probably, mid-afternoon.
Pugsy attempts to sneak along the side of a building, and she gets a few buildings down and realizes that in her dark leathers in the mid-afternoon sun, she's just really awfully conspicuous, and gives it up. But she goes around town, headed east out into that kind of open space to see what's out there and see if there's anything to see.
If you don't mind, as you're skulking around trying to look like you're conspicuous, I'll go up and tap you on the shoulder. Hi.
Pugsy jumps, punches him slightly in the shoulder.
Sorry, I have a 15 passive perception, so. No, wait, a 12 passive perception. That still more than beats your stealth.
Right.
Not
That's
tonight.
fine. So,
But I do whisper to you, and you do barely hear this on your ear. We may have a problem. They're off on wandering.
Best find them.
Gizmo's with them.
Pugsy looks around. Where?
I ping with my magical GPS. Where's Gizmo?
they would be heading, I don't know if you can see my mouse on my thing or not, out of the bar and probably down south. Did they find out where this mayor was, or are they just going to be looking?
Oh, absolutely not. We just are walking. I mean, we are not that smart. We are expecting the mayor to be like right outside right now, and when he's not, we're just totally disappointed that he's not there. So we're just walking around, and Kama would say something like "Mayor," and he'd just like walk around town screaming for the mayor.
We probably don't even need to ping Gizmo to know where they're at.
But nobody actually like answers you because everybody's pretty much holed up. They're either sick at the infirmary, or they're hiding in the bar, or they're sulking in their houses. At least most of the people. Are you guys going to join back up again? Is that what the
Or hiding from the crazy orcs, wandering through town.
hiding from them? Is that what you're saying?
That's what the townspeople are doing.
Yeah, they probably would.
I'm assuming Pepsi would also, but I would head towards the sound of orcs shouting for the mayor.
We look at each other and have that awkward moment of parents that know their kids have gone into problems.
Sandwall Mayor! Where's Sharkman? We get him for you! What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we come to us.
I'm thinking, if you're headed basically east from the bar, you might notice that just south of you is a well. And then there's various buildings around. To the southeast of that well, where you see the blue building, that's obviously the colored buildings are going to be the important ones.
What?
Building
On the
blue.
map. Hey, this is out of character, folks.
Are they painted too?
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe they're all painted their distinctive colors.
Yeah,
Everything
right.
else is white.
That's
You have these
Sounds
happy
good to me.
buildings painted blue and green and yellow.
New blue siding from Lowe's.
You know, we only go to white buildings.
Oh, geez.
Helpful for orc adventurers.
Need
All right, which white building are you going to then?
No, first we go to well.
Alrighty.
A mock drink from well.
No! Why you? No. Smell water first.
Before you drink, well, I suppose you'll have to get some water, right?
Smell water first.
The water's at the bottom of the well.
Well, smell well. Why I talk to you, you DM?
Because I talked to you.
Oh, okay. You like DM Deaf. You talk to characters.
That's what I do. Yep. So when you get to the
Okay.
well, you're going to find that there's a bucket, with the typical windlass and rope and all that good stuff. Are you going to try to get some water? You're going to smell the well. You don't smell a lot of water in the well.
Pugsy climbs the side of the well so she can poke her head over the edge and sniffs deeply.
Where you come from? Hey, dragon lady. She smell well too. we now well smellers.
We came because we heard you.
Oh, well, we look for mayor, but then a mock wanna drink water. I say to smell well, because, well, may be bad. So I smell well, and then poof, dragon lady here.
We heard you across town.
Oh yeah, whoa.
You're fine.
You lose her all the time, so what's new?
We have to
Dragon
find
lady.
mayor.
Would you like to roll a D22 and a half and see if you can do an investigation roll?
All right, who's rolling this?
I will give it to the dragon lady.
I don't
All right, cool,
know
cool.
22 and a half, but I'll try.
All right.
And I'll help her.
Ooh,
Oh, there
The
we go.
assist action.
Assist action. That's probably good. That means I get advantage, right?
That's correct.
Good.
Oh, it's more fun if you fail it horribly, though. Anyway, go on.
we'll fall down the well. Please let me fall down the well.
That would be 13 on the better of my 2 rolls.
With a 13, you can't really tell what's down the well because, frankly, what you smell is orc, and ogre, and
And all sorts of weird
dead rats, strange potions. It's a little hard to tell what's actually down there.
Ooh, I smell dinner. No wonder I can't think about the well.
I will bring water up. I will push the bucket over and, or maybe it doesn't make, but I put the bucket in.
When it clatters against the bottom, all of a sudden, flying up out of the well, comes a bunch of what looks like bats. glowing red eyes, man.
Totally afraid of it. Kama's totally afraid of bats. It's his weakness.
Oh dear. Now you're gonna roll initiative, my dear friends.
I'm gonna have disadvantage the whole time.
God. Just put your initiative in the chat.
All right, no problem. Oh my god, that's so fun. All right, initiative +2. I rolled a 21.
I rolled a 2. Me fast.
So, Kama's very sharp on his feet to be terrifying as bats.
It's just he had issues. He's had issues with bats his whole life. He's like the opposite of Batman. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. They do not inspire him at all.
And on the other hand, as they come up, I'm still looking down the well, waiting for the bucket. Larry by me.
You're still looking. I'm screaming.
Where's my water?
The dragonborn has no idea what the hell to do. The humans in the
He's just like flat against the side of the well. Like,
So Kama, what are you going to do with your great initiative?
I'm going to run, screaming.
Like a girl.
Kama's gonna be like, bats, bats, bats.
I just imagine.
But the thing is that he's not gonna run. He's gonna tiptoe in a circle in the same spot, flapping, swatting his hands in the air.
All right. After Kama's brilliant move here, what is Pugsy going to do?
Kama, stop screaming.
I can't. That's horrible.
What are the bats doing exactly? They just flew out of the well and they are where?
Yeah, they're kind of flying around in a swarm at the moment with their glowing red eyes and
How big is the space around the well? Roughly.
I imagine you got 15 feet on either side of the well or more. How precise do I need to be?
That's probably close enough. Before there's buildings, you mean?
Yeah.
And a little further to the north and south?
Yep.
Okay. It's probably... Okay, I'm not going to do that.
I burned the town down. What the heck?
Burn.
Oh, whatever you're doing. I don't know what you're going to do.
I should have been a copper dragonborn if I had developed properly. I'm going to hop lightly off the side of the well that I had climbed to sniff and pull my short sword out and see if I can start whacking some of them out of the air so that Kama will maybe settle down.
Thank you, Dragon Lady.
All right. Well, roll me an attack roll and see how it goes.
That would be a nat 20, so 24.
All right. Roll your damage, double it, and then add your. I think is it Dex or Strength? Strength bonus to it.
Yeah, strength.
Is another enemy of the target within 5 feet of it?
Well, yes. Come is useful for something.
Okay.
He managed
that
to
would
leave.
be a sneak attack.
Oh yeah.
So I deal my 1d6 for damage and another d6 for my sneak attack.
All right. Well, you double the damage, then you add the sneak attack and the strength.
Right. Okay. So my damage. So do I add my modifier first and then double it?
No, you doubled the damage is doubled.
Yeah, it's just the damage roll is rolled twice, and then the modifier comes after, and then you roll the d6.
Okay.
No,
So-
the D6
Hey,
She gets double. If it's a
And-
crit, she gets double her sneak attack as well.
Oh, she
Roll-
does?
Double the dice.
What?
Double
Double the bonus. You double the dice, not the bonus. So if you
Oh,
have
I got
two,
you.
in your case, you have 1d6 for the short sword, 1d6 for your backstab, or is it 2d6?
1d6 for the short sword, 1d6 for the sneak attack.
Right. So you're gonna roll 4d6 and then add your relevant,
Okay.
whether it's dexterity or strength, whichever is higher, because the short sword is a finesse weapon.
Okay.
He's our rogue expert.
Oh,
Yes.
Mark know what he talking about.
I've never played a rogue before.
Come
They're
on,
fantastic.
You
Come
will.
on,
awesome.
semi-knowledgeable.
Rugs are awesome.
Okay, so
If you're not multi-classed, it's a 2d6.
At level 3?
Yes.
That's why she's rolling 4.
No, if I didn't know whether she's multi-class or not. If she's
No,
a third
she's
level
not.
rogue, she has 2d6. Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's why it says 2d6 there. Okay, so dang it, I can't add now.
So yeah. So
That
now
was
you're
High level math is difficult.
1 plus 10 plus 2 plus 8.
That would be 20. You need So you do 20 points of damage to the bats?
Apparently.
Wowza!
I just tell me how you manage to flail about with your sword and start killing off bats left and right as they're bouncing off it or whatever.
So in the process of hopping lightly off of the well, I turned it into an acrobatic swirl and just like slashing crazy through the air, just hitting bats left and right.
As you do all this terrible damage to these poor bats, the few that are left just disappear back down the well in an utter panic of their own.
Wait a minute, they're not poor bats, they're horrible bats, as far as I'm concerned. Yucky. Ew.
So you have a kind of a bunch of bat bodies laying around and some squeaking going on down at the bottom of the well now, but that's the end of the whole bat attack.
I never moved. Can I pull up the? I literally did not pay any attention to any of that. I just pull up the bucket of water if there's any
No,
water.
there's no water. It's empty. It's dry.
Well, there. Wait, what? And he turns around and sees the bat. Well, oh, but wait, what happened?
Well, you had to be there, brother. They were very ugly bats, and then they came up and they almost ate me alive.
There's this. Oh, bats. I understand.
And then Dragon Lady came, and she go crazy on the bats, and then they all fall to the ground. And human, nothing. Did nothing. Just stood there and watched Kama almost die.
Mama,
Huh?
ever have buffalo bat wings?
Ugh.
Kobo showed me how to make them a long time ago.
Oh, okay. I don't like bats.
Amok begins picking up the bats and stuffing them in his pouch.
Oh, not next to the rats. Come on, Amok. I don't like eat bats.
All goes in belly. It's fine.
But they're so.
Before he picks up all of the bats, I'm going to investigate them to see if they are normal bats or if there's anything weird about them.
No,
Sure.
my bats. Get away.
I
Okay.
still have my shorts covered in bat blood in my hand, and I just glare at him when he says that.
That is the best. My bats.
These karma bats. Mine is his. He killed them.
I look meaningfully at the blood on my blade, and I look back at Amok and just sort of hiss a little bit.
You don't expect that to be any recognition there, right?
No.
He just continues stuffing bats in his bag.
I grab at least a couple of them in my other hand, and
He
before we
frowns.
pick them up.
Frowns, but doesn't do anything.
I got a total of 20 on my investigate roll.
The frown means nothing. I got a 20.
You're gonna look at these bats, and you're gonna see that they don't look really quite like normal bats. And maybe there's a spark of life left in the one of the ones that you picked up, and you actually get like a little spark of fire comes out of it and burns your finger.
I shake it and drop it. I'm like,
These are pre-cooked.
When the fire goes out of the bat's mouth, I kind of go over and start peering at it. Poke it.
Don't poke. Don't poke. You may come back. Don't poke.
Amok reaches into his pouch and he pulls out a stick and he hands it to you. Here, poke.
I poke it with my sword because it's still in my hand.
Oh no, not so much, Dragon Lady. We don't want you coming back.
I kind of
That's why I use a sword.
medic. Can I do either a medical or an arcana to find out why it sparked fire?
Yeah, do an Arcana check again.
That is going to be a 14.
I think that you're probably going to get the faint sensation, in spite of all of the distractions around, that there's arcanic powers at work here, but that's about all you're going to get from that. And I think I'm going to take a real quick break here. So 5 minutes, get a drink of water, do what you got to do.
I'm having a blast. This is awesome.
Wave at Dennis Kitty.
This has been great so far.
I've been having a blast. You guys
Listen,
are so
do
crazy.
no more bats, though. DM Carol, no more bats. I won't be able to.
I
handle
can't promise anything.
it.
Pugsy will save you again, don't worry.
I see. Puggy's
Yeah,
becoming quite the hero.
obviously so, right? She just totally decimated all the bats. I was like, why am I afraid of bats anyway? You have Dragon Lady.
Oh.
I'm hoping I
Killer
coupled all the correct things. It was, yeah. I think I did my math right.
It doesn't matter. You did great.
Meow.
What's up, John?
What's up? That's the sound of the bats popping. Because
I know, yeah. That's. Oh man, I'm having so much fun playing this art. So fun, dude.
Being afraid of the bats is awesome.
That was fantastic.
I was going to do the same thing, but I'm glad.
I knew you were. I wanted to beat you to the punch. I tried to beat you to the punch, you fuck. As soon as you announced the bats, I saw your face change, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm afraid of the bats, not you."
You guys are horrible. Yeah, that was a swarm. So once it gets to a certain point, they were just headed out of there.
I have to say though that the cowardly orcs are kind of funny.
Oh yeah, man, they're the best. We just unconventional games, man. They're the best.
Wait, he's not cowardly.
There's a reason I wanted to run this because it is funny. You know, there's a lot of people who really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's goofy. It's the best.
Well, there's your problem. There ain't any water in there. Just bats in your well.
Bats and belfries around here, I'll tell you.
Oh man. At first, it's cool because like the narrative is like flowing now. Because like at first we were like kind of stepping all over each other because we didn't know. You know what I mean? Like the table was just warming up, and now it's like now I'm totally a cowardly orc, and I love it. I gotta find more shit to be afraid of. I swear to God.
Between the halfling and the bats.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's gonna be the worst.
It's all going sideways, isn't it? Oh my gosh.
I feel like a mock's job is to keep you not running away from things.
Right. And then like when he comes back and he's like totally sober and he's like he's completely lucid when nobody's around.
That was a little interesting.
Yeah, he's completely lucid when nobody's around. It's the best.
Yeah, he's not stupid. You can't be what I am and be stupid.
Right, exactly. But you could definitely be what I am.
But it's better to be
dumb.
If you see two stupid creatures, it's way easier to.
Yeah.
Oh,
my big little brother that's smarter than me.
Oh, jeez.
I'm pretty sure I heard something about the reason that Sandwall's got problems because they've been drinking fire-breathing bats instead of water from their well.
Right. There's no water.
That was the best when the Dragonborn just came to the side and started smelling next to me.
And we were like,
I totally freaked out because it was something I didn't expect as a player. So I was like, "Oh, he's definitely gonna be scared of that shit."
She's just talking like it was just another day. I'm like, what the fuck?
She's like, "What you doing? Smelling wells?"
The halfling had come back to kill us or something.
Yeah, the halfling came back to kill you. There you go. Oh my gosh.
Now we know. Don't make her angry.
I actually have to put the AC on in that because I shut it off before because it's like blasts me where my computer is in this hotel.
Right.
But then now it's like blazing in here. So just give me 1 second.
Yeah. That's okay.
Mine gets so loud, I had to turn it off. You're loud too.
Yeah. Does the kitty have an off button?
I'm feeding her. It didn't work. She's still here.
Oh, I put that there because I didn't need it. That's why.
Yes. You can cuddle as well.
No cuddling.
Don't need this anymore.
All right. That's better. Okay. So.
All right. Are we all back and comfortable and ready to?
Yes, ma'am. Let's rock.
Move on to the next whatever we're going to do. So now that we're done with the shenanigans at the well, what is the
Well, I
next
mean,
adventure
honestly,
for my crowd?
Kama and Amok are going to try and find the mayor. So after this all calms down, and you would probably see Kama like hugging the Dragonborn. Thank you, Dragon Lady. They almost got me. Okay, now we find Mayor and kill Shark Man.
She pats him on the shoulder like it's okay, like he's a little kid that was scared. It's okay. It's all right now.
So then he's obviously voiced that he wants to go kill the Shark Man, but nobody knows why. And he probably wouldn't even say that his little brother told him that it would be the honorable thing to do. He would just say like, we must kill Mayor now. Or no, not Mayor. Shark Man. No, Shark Man. That's what I meant. Totally not Mayor.
All
Not
the same.
Right? Yes, of course.
Oh no.
Um,
Oh no.
What?
I just found out my cat has fleas.
oh no.
Remember that game? My dog has fleas.
I remember that game.
It was a fun game.
We ate dog.
Just like break the ice. Where you go out on a glacier and you break pieces off till one of you falls off.
That game. Good game.
Sounds like an orcish game to me.
Half orc.
Excuse me. Yeah, between the two of you, you're 3/4 orc or something.
It's okay, brother.
He's a little sensitive, isn't he?
No.
I take it that
You're sensitive.
Pugsy isn't quite ready.
Sorry, I forgot I put my tea water on. I'm back.
Okay,
Gonna have a spot of tea.
so what are you guys going to do next?
We're going to kill the bloody shark that the mayor's hiding, and we're going to do it right now.
But what are you actually going to do?
Well,
Mayor.
No response.
water.
From where I'm standing at the edge of the well, can I see any building that looks more important or significant than any other from there?
If you look south from where you are, there's a very large sort of what looks to be an old storehouse that is by far the largest building in town, and it shows signs of having been painted somewhat more recently than some of the others, and maybe being just a little more fixed up.
They have purple siding.
Purple shutters.
I pat comma on the side of the thigh where I can reach into pat and say, "Quit your yelling. Maybe someone in that building to tell us where's Mayor."
Dragon Lady, right? Okay, we go to building, see if Mayor in there, and then if we don't find Mayor in that building, we go to next building, and then if we go to all the buildings and Mayor not there, then we kill all the sick. It's only the right thing to do.
Maybe we set fire to the houses and Mayor will come and look.
That way we know which house we search. Right, Amok, right. Okay, that's what we do.
Amok goes through his bag and pulls out a tinderbox and starts walking to the nearest house.
I get sticks.
Maybe this will work better.
Oh,
And I pull out a piece of chalk.
What you doing?
chalk no burn.
I mean, chalk burn.
But
I'm crazy human.
but this way you don't need to burn the houses. You don't waste time finding a lot of wood.
All time, yeah.
Amok is standing there, mouth agape, not understanding a word you're saying. Burn. I don't get it.
Burning's so fun. Okay, I mean, we're talking chalk or fire. It's so silly human.
Silly human.
They probably won't give you money if you burn the houses.
Fine. We can burn the chalk then.
What?
I have nothing to say right now in the narrative. That caught me by surprise in real life. So I'm like, what the hell? Okay, sorry. So yeah, no, I mean, we're not going to burn anything down, and we're just going to follow. I think at this point in time, the good idea came from the Dragonborn. She's the one who says that we're not going to get money. I don't know what to think of the human. He wants to play with chalk. I mean, there's no faith. There's nothing there. I mean, I have nothing to grasp on right now, but I do know that the human does cook well, right? So we have to stay close to him because he can cook the rats that we got. Plus, my brother's grabbing bats. I hate those, but we got to go with the Dragonborn. Where are we going, Dragonborn lady? Take us to our next building.
I grab Pepsi and by the wrist and start heading toward the building that looks sort of significant. And assuming we get there without an interruption, I shove him toward the door to go talk to people.
Oh, look, cat.
So, yeah, as you get up to the building, I'll do the description here. The mayor's home looks like a repurposed storehouse. The white painted walls are chipped and peeling in some places due to the salty air. Oh, that's never mind. That's the inside. Forget that. We'll get to that later.
We will.
Wait, well. Oh man.
Those white walls will be colored blood, red.
So what is the poor human going to do? Shoved up to the door of these good-sized repurposed storehouse.
It's totally safe in there, human. There's like white walls and stuff. Trust me. Come on, no.
Come, I had a vision.
I reach up to the door handle, and I'm assuming it has some sort of knocker or something.
Yeah. So you knock on the door and it's kind of cracked open and you see this rather distinguished looking man. He's quite muscular, but maybe getting a little bit older, a little poochy around the middle, and his eyes are really tired and worn, and he's got a cudgel at his side, and he kind of looks and what do you want?
I thought you were the mayor and you needed help.
I'm Mayor Zelb, yes. Oh, you come to help. Oh, come in. And he ushers you all in.
He ushers me in, then the Dragonborn follows, and then what does he imagine when the other two come in?
Abak will follow Kama if he goes in.
Yeah, Kama will go in, and you guys all have been traveling with Kama for a long time, and that he's a two-handed fighter that uses two warhammers. So he's got these two gigantic warhammers at his side that are shaped like human skulls, but like solid steel. And he takes his finger and points at the mayor, and he goes,
Mayor, you have Sharkman. We come to kill him.
The only Sharkman I know is dead already, although I've heard there may be more.
Oh, no Sharkman to kill.
How did you know I had a Sharkman?
They talk about Sharkman in the pub, and they say you have him. Look,
I thought you came to help with Sandwall's problems.
Well, Sandwall's problem is sick people. Now, we come to kill all sick people because you cannot have sick people all over the place. Then everybody gets sick.
Well, let's make them well.
How you make them well?
I don't know, but I'm sure
Well,
you
I don't know. I'm here to help if you don't know. And I don't know when then we kill them and then no more sick people and then new mayor town. You mayor human crazy.
Shh. Let Pepsi talk.
Oh,
okay. Get between Kama and the mayor and try to calm him down.
The mayor's like, is he always like this?
Interesting people.
Yes.
But here is my certifications. And he pulls out a degree of healing, a writ. from studies.
The mayor pretends to examine it closely, but really he's just really happy to see anything like that come into his town. He's like, oh, brilliant, brilliant. We could definitely use the help. And
I've already been to the infirmary, but there isn't. I think the problem is less medical and more arcana.
It could be. Could be. The people in town, though, I think that they're blaming me. I don't know what happened. I don't know how to deal with it. And if you look around his home, you're going to see that there's fishing trophies, and there's trinkets from his younger days, and there's quite a bit of dust on them, so he obviously doesn't really care all that much. But it's pretty neat. There's a little dining room. It's a very simple, large home. And he's like, would you like some of my last bottle of saltwater stout? It's excellent. Excellent vintage.
Wait. Did somebody say stout?
Yes, stout.
Oh, Mayor, your favorite. Stout, yes, stout. For me and my brother and Dragon Lady, human stout. And at that point in time, he would just like thump his ass right on the floor. And he would just like beckon his brother, come sit.
I'll see what I can find. And he goes back and rummages around and actually finds 2 bottles of stout. So there's enough to maybe sort of go around. Gives a small glass to the small people and large glasses to the large people.
Pugsy, still standing, is now about as tall as the sitting orcs. Almost.
Mayor, totally cool.
And then the Mayor Zelb is like, I'm confident that our problems have to do with those ancient sewers. And the man shark came up out of the sewers 2 days ago. And 3 of our fishermen were able to slay him. I didn't know what to do. We put him in the bait shack so that the townspeople wouldn't freak out. If you want, you can go and look at him and see if you can learn anything. And he notice him fingering his right ear where there's a steel fishhook, like an earring in his ear, for just a moment. We've never seen anything like him. He's like got a leg and an arm of a man, and then fins and sharp teeth and shark and crazy, just crazy.
Are you going to give us the beer?
Well, he's pouring the beer as he speaks.
Oh, it doesn't much. Well, obviously, he's the person to really answer these questions as to whether or not there's going to be some investigation is going to be the Dragonborn, the human. So we're just going to be like in the background waiting on beer.
And when he passes me a beer, I pass it along to the other brother.
To Amok.
Quiet one. I figured it takes more to get him going.
Amok looks at you, smiles, and says, I do not drink salt water.
No, that's just the name. It's not salt water.
It's stout, brother.
It's stout. It's good beer. It's the best. Our town is noted for it.
Thanks, Pepsi.
I love the fact that you covered your mouth when you said thanks.
Pugsy takes her cup and drinks some, and as she brings her head down, it sort of dribbles out between her teeth that are all mismatched and don't line up. She wipes it off her chin and makes a face.
The mayor goes on to say, yes, and 2 weeks ago, 2 of our fishermen went into the sewers to investigate. We have not seen them again. So I know it's dangerous in there, but you look capable to handle yourselves. looking at the
We
two
kill-
large.
Mayor, you have best stout I have tasted in long time. We will kill anything in the sewer and save sick people by killing them after we kill whatever we kill in the sewer. Then the town will be empty. You make more beer.
We need the town to make more beer.
Okay,
We need the people.
okay, so then we kill what's in the sewer and then come back and then we help the people.
And we will give you gold.
Okay, then the dragon lady can take the gold because I don't care, but I just want more beer. Is that okay? Can we kill what's in the sewer?
Yes, you can kill what's in the sewer. I would love for you to kill what's in the sewer.
Okay.
Eyes light up.
Unless your friends decide that it is not a harmful being, but a friendly one.
I
Seems
don't.
unlikely to me.
I don't understand. Okay, we kill what's in the sewer. You're done.
What's the best way to get into the sewer?
As he gives you directions to get to the sewer pipe. They're about 4 miles north of here along the shore. And there's this big 15-foot in diameter pipe that you'll see the sewer coming out of. And it's a very odd color. Right now, it's green. It was never glowing green before, but you won't have any trouble finding it.
I ask him for a description of the men that were down in the sewers, so that we know if we find them.
Oh, they may still be in there. It's been a long time though, so I'm not too hopeful.
Or at least we can bring back their remains.
It would be great. I would be happy to see their remains. Let's see. Dern was a fisherman from here, kind of medium tall, muscular. Has a big scar on his stomach, and he wears one of the fisherman's earrings. You get one of these. You get one of these when you first pull a. Okay, super. Forgot the word I need. I have to look it up.
You hear in the background? Sorry.
I don't suppose you clean up after yourself.
He like chairs, but I don't know about glasses.
Oh my. I try to keep a clean house.
Well, didn't stop your whole town from getting sick.
When he says that, I look at one of the dusty shelves and kind of run my finger over it. Just in his sight.
See, even humans think you're dusty.
You'll notice that there is one picture of a woman, which you assume is probably his wife, that is kept quite clean and nice. Unlike the other things that he hasn't paid too much attention to for quite some time.
That one ugly woman. Oh, so ugly. She looked like she could look through my soul with that ugly.
That was my wife. God rest her soul.
Well, if they don't have proper tusks, and with our complexion, I'm sure it can't be that appealing to most.
Amok kind of hisses. Mumbles something under his breath. You got teeth.
And then he starts talking over you. Then there was Grum. Grum was another one of our fishermen. And he also has one of the fisherman hooks in his ears for his fishing skills.
So you put hook in ear when you get fish?
Yes. Yes. When you get certain fish out in the bay, very hard to get.
Oh,
what type of fish?
That's like putting sword in arm for killing bear.
It's
Pugsy sits on the floor giggling.
Oh, jeez.
It doesn't matter, Carol. I just fucking with you. You don't have to find out what kind of
Carol,
situation.
no, you have to understand. Carol, you have to understand something. We are having so much fun right now. So don't worry about it. We're totally having a blast.
Oh dear. I know. It's just like I should remember it. Dang it! Drive me crazy.
No, it's
Just
totally
a knucklehead
cool.
or something.
No.
Or a dolphin. Yeah, when you catch dolphins.
Oh, that yeah, some kind of
Sturgeon.
it was some made-up name.
I'm assuming that by now they're way past done with their beers.
I'm sure they are. It didn't take them very long. Although you must admit, Kama is very, very neat with his cup.
I like the cup.
But
Hard to keep drinking out of it if you break it.
Right.
I think we should check the Fishman or Sharkman before we go. That way we know what we're dealing with.
Yes.
Yes, and you may want to look for supplies at the bait and tackle too. See if there's anything there that might be useful.
Amok stands forward and he holds a sack that he pulls out of his backpack and begins to dump bats onto the floor. We do first job. We kill bats that were in your well drinking water.
These are offering.
Zelf kind of takes a step back. He's like, yes, for the bats, 30 silver. But I have...
Bangs his head on the ceiling. He's like, yeah, that sounds good, I think.
You cleared out the bats in the well. That's great. We need to get the water situation sorted out so we can get water back in our well, too.
When they start dumping out the bats, the one that has the singe mark from the spot of fire, I sort of pull it out while everyone else is distracted because I'm still curious on it.
All right.
So
you just sneak one away. Mock looks over at you and then looks over at his brother and then looks over at the dragon lady and we also get bats. We take them to how many silver you say?
I'll give you 30 for clearing out the well, but you can take the bats with you.
Right. Deal. 30 silver and bats. And he begins to scoop them up.
Okay.
I have 150 gold if you can take care of the whole problem and help Sandwall and take care of the sewers. Get the people well.
100. That sounds like a lot of gold.
Yes, that's a lot of gold.
Beer.
Yeah.
A lot of beer, yes.
Beer.
and if you throw on their bear tab for when we get back, you have a deal.
They're on their beer tab? They can afford their beer tab when they get back.
But it would be a celebration for saving the town.
I've already lined up all the money we have to give you.
Hey, don't be cheap, Mayor. You listen to human. You take the tab, we do the job. Listen, humans are so cheap, Amok.
All right. I'll give you 140 gold and pay the tab.
Wait, what?
Okay.
No.
I think
I don't think Kama would know the difference.
Not sure that makes sense.
Okay, yes. Sounds like a good deal.
No, Kama. I think maybe Dragon Lady or Pepsi should do the dealing.
Oh, I'm so tired, Amok. I just want to kill things.
I know, and you know numbers give you migraine.
See this with a migraine.
We will wait out.
Pugsy stands up and starts ushering the Orc brothers to the door to let Pepsi finish dealing.
at that, Pepsi pulls out this really tiny little vial, pours half of it in one, and gives the halves to the brothers. That's the vial we talked about, Carol.
Right.
Whoa. What?
Go ahead,
Down
drink.
with 2 fingers and a thumb. He's like, "What is this?"
And you sniff it, and it is probably the strongest stuff you've ever smelled. It burns your nose.
Oh,
My throat as I shove it.
oh yes, we have some. Oh, I immediately drink it.
Oh dear.
Mark looks over at Kama. "We still standing, brother."
Weak stuff.
Hmm.
Pugsy looks from the orc to the half orc to Pepsi.
Thank you, human.
It tickle.
Why don't you guys roll a Constitution check? The orc and the half
You
orc.
bastard! You poison a comma. Oh.
I did split it in half, though.
I got a 17, Carol.
All right.
Comma got 7.
Well, Kava's actually feeling a little drunk from this.
Oh, oh, this good stuff, human. Okay, look, here's the plan.
Amok, not so much, but Kava gets a pretty good hit out of it.
Dragon lady,
He's
Let's
a little
take-
more chill.
let's go and kill everybody. It's gonna be so fun.
In the sewer. Kill everybody in the sewer.
In the sewer, yes. Okay, I stay here, and we go when you're ready.
You go. Let's
Go now?
go and see what we're going to be fighting.
Okay, you take me now, human. I go find it, and I look at it, and then I kill it again.
All right, you guys will.
We walk. We
Zeb
walk. I
will tell you
limp.
which direction to go to find
Yeah.
the bait sack.
Yeah, I limp in that direction, whatever it is.
Did you want to stop at the trade and tackle on your way by?
Yes.
It's getting fairly late in the afternoon.
Does it smell?
It's everything in this town smells like fish.
I like
And-
it.
Certainly, the bait shop is going to smell pretty fishy, and maybe a little bit more than some of the rest of it. So,
What is that perfume everywhere?
It's lovely. It make me cry.
fish.
I never want to leave this place. Okay, what are you saying? Sorry.
I was saying it was a good thing I was muted because I was cussing into the flea.
You're cussing at what?
The flea.
Oh, yeah, that kind of sucks. All right, so you get to the trade and tackle, and you open up the door to go in. There's the pungent smell of rhino fish. That's the one that you'll get your earring for, the rhino fish. Kind of like a giant rhinoceros fish. Really ugly.
Yeah.
If you bring one of those in, yeah, you get a fish hook. So the pungent smell of rhino fish and rotten reef crab wafts over you as you enter the trade and tackle. Sandwall's general store and fishing shop. Roz, the owner of this rundown establishment, takes inventory of the rather empty shelves. Welcome, travelers, she says in a chipper tone, despite the less than exciting surroundings and dire circumstances. I haven't seen your faces around here. What can I do for you? So you see a female human fisherman. She has kind of a rugged, simple beauty. Her skin is weathered by the sun and surf. She wears loose-fitting leathers, and she has a fisherman's hook in her ear.
Pugsy looks at her very suspiciously, given her cheerful demeanor in the circumstances.
So, and what are you doing here in town?
Well, I'm a healer from the village not too far away, and I'm just a traveling merchant and healer. So we're just trying to see what's going on with the town.
Ah, well, healers are certainly welcome. Very, very welcome.
It sounds like you have a problem in the sewers, and they said that the Shark Man is here. We wanted to know what we might be facing down there.
Oh, the Sharkman. Did the mayor tell you about that?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's up in the actual
and the really
bait shack. But yeah, it was a horrible monster.
Wait, Carol, did you say that there was a shack? I missed that part you cut out.
Oh yeah, the actual bait shack is where the Sharkman is. This is the store that Roz works at.
Gotcha. I just couldn't hear that.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I thought we were just going to the bait shop. I'm sorry.
I was not careful enough in my choice of words.
Why you bring us here, human?
Shacks. Hmm?
Why you bring us here, human? Where fish
Oh,
sharks?
my mistake. I thought this was the bait shop.
Sometimes you just gotta go smell fish.
Brother, watch out for the crabs. They really stick with you.
I know, it's amazing.
Is there anything that you might need while you're here? We have fishing supplies. We have rope and fishing tackle and nets and spears and things like that.
Pugsy looks around to see if anything stands out as being seeming to be useful.
You might notice a display on the end of an aisleway that has these shiny fishing lures on them, and they're kind of real sparkly, and they actually give off an orange light.
What's these?
Well, they're fishing lures. They attract the fish.
I look at her like that's obvious.
How much for there?
She has just 3 of them. They're 7 gold piece apiece. Well, we have to get them from Dern, where they enchant them to put off this bright orange light that calls the fish in.
Look, can we just go kill something? Look, when we go to fish, when the orcs fish, we take spear and net. Okay, how much spear and net?
Oh, let's see.
If you say 7 gold, I'll kill you where you stand.
No. They're 7 silver for the spears.
All right. My
And-
brother have money. I don't. I'm drunk. I want the spear and the net. May I please have the spear and the net? My brother have money. He just got silver from mayor.
So she looks at the other half orc.
He picks out his pouch and he dumps everything out. You see a mix of coppers and silvers.
See, more money.
She takes 7 silvers and hands you a fishing spear and a net.
And then Kama would take his hand. Yeah, Kama would take his hand and like rub it on top of all the loose change, and he would go,
Okay, now they take what they want because we gonna kill what is in the sewer, and we gonna take what we want because if we don't, you gonna die anyway because everybody in Sandwall dying. So that's the best deal you get.
Well,
Take
while
your
they're
money.
talking,
I'm
while they're
sorry. What?
talking, and then while she's distracted counting out the silver, Pugsy's going to attempt to filch one of those.
yes.
yes. Roll for it, baby.
Would be a total of 16.
All right. So you
Can I
reach out.
notice her do this?
What?
Can I notice her do this?
Oh yes.
You're going to notice it, yes. That she's going to notice. Yes, that the Roz is really busy, and she's going to reach out quickly. Describe to me how you managed to steal one of these. I'll let you do it.
As I'm watching the shopkeeper counting out the money, I'm standing next to the lures, and I sort of turn quickly, and the swirl of my silk cloak against the rack, and one falls, but it doesn't hit the ground. And then I just come back over and stand next to everyone else and finish watching the money exchange.
Okay, Carol, I got a 13 perception, so I'm pretty sure I didn't see that.
Okay.
Anyway, like I was saying, you take money, we go. Does everybody have what they want from this fishy place?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I will tell you, I helped to kill the fish man in the bait shack. It took 3 of us. He was hard to kill. Very, very hard.
We kill them, don't worry. Kama, Amak, we kill them all. Okay, so bye, cheap lady.
I go to look at how radiant are these lures? How bright are they?
They're fairly bright. I mean,
Are we talking light spell, or are we talking?
oh no, not as bright as a light spell. Okay.
I was trying to figure out what kind of light it would emit.
Right. Let me see.
I think it's more like glow in the dark paint.
I would think it's probably more like a night light or something like that. Dim light for maybe 10 feet or something like that.
Okay, I go to look at the lures again, and now I notice probably
Okay, 2 lures. Yeah.
And I'm like, and you hear something like the lightest brush of sound you've ever heard at your ear.
Me?
But no one's there.
Who? Who does?
Pugsy,
Oh,
you hear, I wanted one of those.
I just smile.
That was the message cantrip.
So at this point in time, Kama's head just appears right behind the human's head, like as he's doing his incantation or something like that. And Kama will be like,
Human, we gotta go.
Yes.
Okay.
But we still want to see the shark man before we go.
Go look at the shark.
Cheap
Yes,
lady,
yes,
where
yes.
is the shark?
Head up this way, and she points off north, which doesn't mean anything to the orc and the half orc, but the others have a clue. There's a little shack there on the edge of town.
Kama just walks out the building.
Amok follows him, leaving his money behind.
Yeah.
Bugsy does not leave his money behind.
Yeah.
Go Fuzzy.
Either Pugsy or Pepsi will pick it up.
I see the 2 of them together.
Yeah, they would totally be at it together. Meanwhile, Kama and Amaka outside like, they take so long. Oh my god.
No, I if she's taking it, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying the money doesn't get left.
All right, fair
It's 2 silver and 31 copper, if you care.
Uh,
Well, there's 30 silver from the mayor too. Somebody had.
Yeah, it's totally a lot more money than that.
No,
But who took that?
how much? I took the 30, and then I had like 7. I had 9 copper and 2 silver on me.
Okay.
Oh, is that the one?
You laid down the 2 silver and the.
I dumped my whole bag out because I didn't really care.
Okay.
how much.
So yeah, they collected all except for
what?
the 7 silver she took for the.
Right here on D&D Beyond, I have the currency tab, which keeps track of everything that I'm doing, so I know exactly how much money I have at a finger push.
That's
and
quite.
how much did they pay you to say that?
Nothing yet.
Dang. I always wonder.
Amok know nothing about money.
All right, so we're head up to the this little shack, and as you approach it, there's a terrible stench in the air. It smells like something that died 2 days ago. Something fishy. It is not pleasant.
Mama's home. Yeah, Mama's home cooking. I know. Yeah, I know.
Mama on a good night.
As we approach it, I nudge Amok and have him open his bag and dump his money back into it.
Why you pay me, Dragon Lady? I do nothing yet.
Just shake my head. You will.
That I.
More
Okay.
beer, more beer, more beer. Remember.
Thankfully, D&D Beyond makes it easy to put my coins back into my purse.
And how much did you pay for that D&D Beyond, John?
It cost me nothing.
How's that?
D&D Beyond cost me nothing.
That's right.
Oh, man. So as you open the door into the bait shack, the humid, foul-smelling air washes over you as you enter the bait shack. Light filters in from the boards that make up the walls. Through the faint light and dust, you can see it. The silhouette of a monstrous beast hung from large hooks. The ceiling creaks softly as the carcass of a half-man, half-shark sways back and forth. Which is, of course, the guy in my picture here, only he's dead. You know, you're just right up off the beach. Actually, Cal is there, just inside the door. He's guarding the shack. He's a broad, older man. He's short and sturdy and has a bristly, unkempt mustache. And
How big is the shark person?
oh, golly, this thing must be. I'd say probably 8 or 9 feet long. I mean, he's just huge. We'll leave it there.
I'm going to go ahead and inspect the body.
Well, before you do that, everybody do a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
And the 2 orc and half orc can do it at advantage.
12.
Advantage.
14.
18. 16. Am I higher number? I got a 20 here.
All right. So, Pepsi almost throws up. Just almost. But he manages to contain himself and not not actually puke all over the floor. And
Did
the
he make
others.
a sound?
Hmm?
Did he make a sound though? Or did he just hold it down?
That's a good question, Pepsi. Do you make a sound or you just manage to keep it down?
Actually, he turns from the room when they open that door and is, wow.
He throws up? Oh, God. All right. So immediately Amok turns. Oh, no, don't waste that. And he tries to catch it.
Don't waste it?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Amok gets down and scoops it into his hand off the ground.
No.
And then puts it in a pouch. That's good for catching rat.
I was afraid you were going to eat it.
No, DM, that's gross.
Andre, did you roll for your Constitution?
Yeah, I rolled a 12.
Oh, okay.
I must have misheard you because I thought you said it was good for cooking rat.
Was that with advantage, Andre?
No, wait. Sorry.
You have advantage on that.
Boom. I rolled a 12.
Okay. Well, I guess for some reason it's going to make you puke too.
Brother, could I see your bag, please?
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, that's good. Many rats were going to
Yes, I didn't want to waste it. I knew it was going to be good.
All right. Shall we get down to investigating the man shark?
That seems okay. Yes, simple.
I'm done.
I'll be glad I set this up as a 3-shot.
Pugsy pulls a small vial out of one of her pouches and unstoppers it and sniffs it briefly and puts it back in her pouch. careful not to spill or drop any. The orcs might notice that some kind of perfume, their scent abilities.
Ugh.
Oh God.
All right. So
Okay,
we
I'm
have
going to
bait.
go ahead and investigate the body.
Oh, don't go too close.
I will help investigate.
All right, so
I'm going to go ahead and use guidance.
okay.
It's a cantrip. And we're using medicine or investigation.
I can help with investigation. I don't know if I can help with medicine.
Yeah, I think perception or investigation would be fine.
Okay, so that is going to be a total of 19.
Super. Well, first off, and I don't think this is going to take a 19 to figure out, he has a steel fishhook on the side of his head. And as you look over this horrible, grotesque, mismatched creature, you'll notice that he has an old, roughly healed scar on his stomach as well.
Does he still have eyelids?
Kinda, yeah.
Did they close when he died?
I would think so.
Okay, I just didn't know if anyone had closed his eyes because he was a monster.
Okay.
I turned to the guy who's watching the body,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell him, "You should tell the next of kin."
Next of kin? What do you mean?
And then I point at the hook.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that. Do you think it was a man?
I know it was.
Are you going to show him the scar as well?
I'm going to mention his name.
His name?
Yeah, we know his name. I don't know his name, but
Wait.
Pepsi would know his name.
I'm a little confused.
Was it one of the missing guys? Was he described as having a scar?
One of the missing guys was described as having a scar. That's a derm.
Right.
Gotcha.
Ron,
Okay.
the player, doesn't remember the name because he didn't write it down. But
Ha!
would.
And so you tell Cal that you believe it was derm.
Mhm.
And he goes, no, derm was my friend. Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. Are you sure? And he looks at that scar and he's like, oh, I remember the day he got the injury. No, not derm. That can't possibly be derm. That was my good friend.
Now I'm looking at the skin. You told me that some of the ill look to have scaly growths. Does it look similar to the portion of the areas in between the human side and the shark side?
Yeah. Yeah. They look kind of similar to the shark side, actually. The scalier spots, depending on how discolored and how scaly they were.
He says, "You need to watch the people, the ill, and make sure they're safe. Don't want another accident until we know they can't be helped."
And all the color has gone out of Cal's face. And he's just so shook that this might be his friend Derm, and he just really doesn't want to believe it. He's really focused on that whole idea. It's got him his head kind of just
Look at him and
spinning.
say, "Do you want to bury more friends today?
No.
You need to warn them in the infirmary that it's a transformation, not
A
sickness."
transformation. But they aren't like this.
Some of them are having scaly growths.
Oh no.
Oh, sink people become shark people. Okay. I didn't understand.
Pugsy makes a disgusted face and hisses and backs out of the building to wait in fresher air for continuing.
I actually go ahead and go back to the stables.
I'm just gonna quickly zap out there and let him know. Is anybody going with him?
I will. Oh, go ahead, Karen.
Unless the orcs want to, I was going to head towards the sewers.
What I was going to do is this closer to the sewers, or do we have to pass by the stables to get?
This is quite a bit closer to the sewers.
I tell them to go ahead and get to the entrance, and I'll meet.
Yeah, I'll put the map up. We're at the little red building up there. The sewers are north several. Well, actually, the sewers are several miles north. So
Okay.
you're much closer to the stables. That's right. I forgot it was that far.
Okay. So we've got to basically go by the stables to get out. Go to
Yeah, or you could get out along the beach probably, but it isn't very far to go to the stables.
Okay. Oh, I might as well just go that way then. And head up the road toward the sewers while he's.
You kind of go up the beach to the stores, but yeah.
and I warn him.
And Fern's basically appalled when you tell him. And he tells you that, well, they do, some of them start to get like gills, but then they usually die.
The ones with the gills, get them in water. They basically, if it comes to that.
I've never seen anyone start to turn into a shark, though, other than just this little bit of skin and sometimes the gills and difficulty breathing.
I'm telling you, because we know who the shark man is.
Shark man.
The monster that they found on the beach.
There's monsters on the beach?
2 days.
Don't tell anyone. They'll be afraid. He's talking quietly and kind of rapidly. He says, we'll do what we can for the people here, and we will watch and see if we can help them.
Gills again. Try submerging them in the water.
Looks a little...
It might buy them enough time.
Find something quickly. We need to save these people.
I'm trying.
Thank you. You'd best hurry.
And at that, when he leaves, you see him pull a rod from his back. It clicks down about a third of the way down, and he puts in 2 cylinders, and you hear a click. And he's holding it over his shoulders.
Okay.
That's his rod.
Don't say it. Don't say it, John. Don't say it.
And at that, he starts to walk towards the gate.
Oh my.
Did you take your rod out?
Kind of a small rod.
It's so
I would say it's about 4 foot long.
Like I said, rather
small rod. Oh, God. All right. Enough.
People watch these things, you know.
DM.
Who cares? It's so fun.
I have a question. When we
Yeah.
were looking at the shark, right? I didn't want to interrupt Pepsi's, but what were the wounds like on the shark? What did they use to kill it?
Harpoons. Like they're fishing spears, things like he bought one of.
Ah, see.
There are 3 men with the 10-foot long harpoons.
Wasn't
Or
there?
whatever. However long they are.
I thought the woman helped kill. She was probably the
Oh,
one who did
yeah.
it.
She was one of the ones there.
I was listening.
Good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll follow Pepsi. He's got his rod out, so that's the right direction.
Follow
Anyway.
Pepsi's rod.
Oh my.
All right, enough of that.
All right. Well, as you guys head up the beach, having left the town. Is there any? Oh,
As we head out the gate, I bump up against Pepsi, and he suddenly finds falling into his hand the lure.
Thank you.
the truth.
Nod and smile.
All right, so we're going into the sewer now, or the sewer is
Really,
4 miles
Well,
away?
okay, you're gonna head up the beach towards the sewer, but I think we'll have another quick break.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna plan on going probably about another half hour,
Okay. Cool.
and then I will let the people that have to work tomorrow go.
There are plenty of time to kill fishermen.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we have a rod out, so
Yeah. You need a rod to catch fish.
I mean,
And you've got a lure.
hmm
lure too.
Sadly, I wanted lure because I wanted to hook it on my shirt and attract the fish.
Oh,
I know, 7 gold, blah, 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 money, money, money.
The running joke behind the rod is the whole idea of this character is he's based off of a mix of the Nutty Professor and Murphy.
That works.
that's not the only joke that's going around. Just putting that out there, like you got the rod.
Yup, pointing it straight ahead at you.
That's right. Oh, love it.
We shouldn't have so much fun.
I don't know, right?
Poor Carol, we're like, hey, let's all go a different direction.
I know. Eh? Carol's like, I'm just trying to tell a story, guys.
We're like raw joke. Narrative's so funny.
Oh, it's all right. Love you guys. You're great.
It's fun to us.
All about my immersion.
People viewing are like, those assholes. They need to shut up.
I know.
No, they're half the fun, man. You guys are great. Hey, I'm just gonna have a headache from laughing so hard. It's the only problem I can think of.
Well, just remember, we're sponsored by D&D Beyond.
And you can get your own subscription to D&D Beyond. Just look at the price points available on dndbeyond.com.
Totally free.
It is.
And
That's
you
right.
actually have to pay.
Unless you want the premium stuff.
Right. Unless you're with Dork Vision, and then
Or you have a really nice friend who had onto his campaign.
that's right. Unless you leech onto someone's account.
Which I do not recommend. I recommend you get an account.
That's right.
Brought to you by
Don't be getting me in trouble here. For all your crazy-
Carol said leech it. He said, I'm not paying for D&D Beyond. It.
What did I do to deserve you guys? Oh yeah, I invited you, didn't I?
Yeah, I was
Damn
gonna
it!
say.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, you get all the blame on this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm actually.
I know. I'm like, let's run a game. Oh, let's invite people. Oh no, what was I thinking?
I have a game tonight, tomorrow night, and the night after.
Yeah.
I think I do too. Maybe. I don't know if I have one tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll lose track. All right.
Tomorrow.
Oh man,
Game
not quite all right.
Oh, tomorrow's Horde of the Dragon Queen meetup, and then Song of Exile after that. Oh,
Oh,
and then,
finally you guys are going to do your Song of Exile. Yay.
yeah, and Call of Cthulhu. Oh my God, so much gaming!
Yeah, we actually, our recording didn't work the first time we played this Song of Exile. So we're actually just redoing the whole first thing again. It's like,
oh, nice, cool.
I'm gonna change it.
Sorry, yeah, change it completely.
Yeah.
Lionel's gonna get so pissed.
Yeah.
He's gonna like,
No,
that's not the way it went the first time.
No, I didn't. I said I'm green, not blue.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Oh, I'm chaotic.
When I said priest, I didn't mean Catholic. I meant Satanist.
No.
Not sure how that's going to affect your narrative. Works for me, though.
Doesn't matter. We still kill.
Ta ta ta.
You got. Hold on, you have to do yours over.
Well, their whole session's gone. Their
The
session
whole
zero.
session was gone, so we have to redo it. Yeah.
What happened to it? I watched it.
You watched part of it. You didn't even see the whole thing.
Thought I did. Maybe not.
You've watched so many games; it's hard for you to
It
remember.
is really hard for me to keep track of what I have and what I haven't. But those
games would probably be a little hard.
Yeah.
What, Anna?
Oh,
Nothing.
What did you say?
did it stop recording, or did it just not upload all of it yet?
To be honest, I wasn't the one recording, so I don't know. I just know Lionel was upset that we didn't. I mean, I know there was some of it streamed. I remember Carol.
I mean, to be fair, Lionel's really trying to archive the game really well. So if there's something wrong, he'll just be like, "Let's do it over again." And
yeah, he wants a good, clean
game.
Well, the only reason I was saying that is sometimes when you're doing live streams or it's uploading, sometimes it'll take a day or two for it
Oh
to.
no, this was weeks ago.
Oh yeah, no, it's not processing.
Yeah,
it's
he
gone.
would know now. Yeah, he would know by now, I think.
Oh,
Is that the one where Andre was horrible?
Yes.
No, well, Andre. Yeah,
I'm always
I'm sorry,
horrible.
Andre was fine, but his character, oh my gosh, he freaked me out.
Dude, Carol was so
I was
mad at
freaking.
me.
I was freaking.
Carol was so mad at me at that game. She was like, we need to talk.
Is the break over yet?
Oh yeah, the break better be over. We can talk about this outside of the game sometime.
So I forgot we were still
what?
recording.
I got over it though, Andre. It's
watch
okay.
this later want to know about what he did in that game.
Huh?
The unnamed game that nobody knows if it's ever going to run again.
D&D Beyond, Song of Exile.
Song of Exile I have to do with D&D Beyond.
Oh man.
It's not even in the straight out D&D format. All right, so you're going along the beach, and you'll notice like it smells, and it smells worse and worse as you hike up the beach. And it's starting to get a little late in the day. You'll see like oh great. You'll see your DM wondering what she's got in her notes and where.
Mm-hmm.
I better not see that.
Green touches your leg and you turn into a Ninja Turtle.
Hey, it could happen. I wish I'd thought of that sooner.
Ninja half orc.
If I thought of it sooner, man, it would definitely happen.
In my turn, it'd be half orc, half ogre, half Ninja Turtle. Because
you'll see a little ways out of town, probably half a mile or so, that on the just off the beach a bit. There's a tent. there's a tent, and there's a little smoke coming out the top of it. Obviously, somebody lives out there.
Tent. Food.
I keep finding myself wanting to make the orc responses. That's not my character.
More orc.
More orc, half orc better. I mean,
Hey, you shut your mouth. Send you back to clan.
no.
Anyway, yes. So, are you going to do anything about this tent with someone living in it or not?
I'm totally just gonna walk up to the tent and pull it off of its hooks in the ground and say, "Who live here?"
And some poor terrified lizardman sticks his head out of the tent. Well, put me down.
Monster!
Doris, I'm not a monster.
What you do here?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my wife.
Oh, another sad story. Is your wife in sewer?
No, my wife is not in sewer. I had to leave her behind until I could earn enough money for her to have a passage out here. And she's on her way, and I'm waiting for the ship. But the people in town think I might be the cause of this.
You're
So-
dropping this?
He drops the lizard man. Ugh.
I'm not causing anything. I'm just waiting for my wife.
When the lizard man hits the ground, I come up and smell him to try and figure out if he's lying.
Run me your investigation check. Or insight, excuse me.
For insight, that would be 4.
Impressive.
I think all you're going to smell is fish.
I probably smell the sewers or whatever we've been smelling.
Yes, yes.
Okay. You wait for wife. We go to sewer and kill everyone in it.
So Kama just starts walking away from the lizard man, and he just ignores him as if he's a completely useless person that has absolutely no clues or hints to the plot.
Amok drops a bat at his feet, smiles, and walks with Kama.
Lizardman Ferris takes the bat, looks at it for a minute, and chucks it in the pot for whatever he's cooking for dinner.
As he's walking away, he starts talking to his brother.
Lizard man intend wait for wife on beach? Oh, that's a stretch.
Yeah, seem very strange.
You're not smart enough to know that.
I know. I totally.
One of us is.
Yes, one of you is.
Totally know that. Anyway, so he just keeps on walking.
Yeah. So as you hike and it's getting close. Go ahead.
They kept walking. It doesn't mean I did.
Yeah, they were still there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to leave the scene so that they can actually get some clues out of him. Because as far as we're concerned, just dump the lizard man.
I would rather kill him.
I know lizard tastes good. Gator food good.
Need a new backpack.
Shoes.
I'd look at Pepsi and see if Pepsi's going to talk to this lizard.
And I look at you and go ahead. You're the least in the same phylum.
I kind of hiss around my shapen and crooked teeth. And I look at the lizard and I say, "Do you know anything about the sewers?"
Well, several weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3, this green glowing gunk started coming out of them. And I've noticed in my fishing that the fish that I catch, sometimes they're very odd. They might have extra parts or they're misshapen and ugly. And a lot of things have been dying up around the entrance into the sewers. I don't feel that it's edible. I don't eat that stuff. I'm trying to stay away from the seafood and the gunk in the sewers all I can. It seems to be the source of some sort of horrible problem.
Did you go in the sewers before they were glowing?
Sometimes I would go in and maybe catch a rat or two to supplement the fish.
I'm like staring at him, like
He looks at her kind of expectantly, like, don't go in there anymore.
Can you tell us about the layout of it?
I don't go very far. There's some kind of a main channel. There's all sorts of side passages and places you can go and hide, and creatures and people that seem to live in there. And the main channel has a deep center channel that the sewer usually runs through. I think a couple times a day they flush it down from Dern.
It's a big sewer.
Yes, it's a very big sewer. It was built long, long ago, from what I hear. Very well made.
It's not well made if it's green stuff.
Well, I don't think the sewer makes green stuff. I think it goes into the sewer from somewhere and then runs out of the sewer.
So we can track it.
Perhaps.
Pugsy nods and looks at Pepsi. Anything else?
I wouldn't suggest eating the bat.
No?
It breathed fire and came from the town.
Yeah, he looks at you and looks at the bat, grabs a fork and fishes it back out. I think you're right.
To try to fish it out, you see the gauntlets that I wear glow a little, and you see like fingers reach out into a force, pick it up, and drop it out of his pot.
And he jumps backwards about 2 feet. What was that?
Magic, technology, weird stuff. Don't know. And he just walks away, putting his shotgun over his shoulder.
He looks at you and looks at the icky dead bat. That's it just kind of shakes his head and pokes it with the fork and goes outside and buries it.
Pugsy shakes her head and just follows everyone else up toward the sewer. If she was nice and charismatic, she'd probably say something nice to the lizard man about his wife, but she's not.
He just goes back to waiting for his wife.
Fixing his tent.
Fixing his tent up, yes. Getting it hooked back to the sand and dusting it off and all the things that you need to do to live in a tent on the beach. And now you all probably are, after some time, approaching the sewers, right?
Yes.
Unless you decide to go swimming or something.
Oh.
I should never have said anything.
Wait.
We might need to get one of them fish so we can have earrings.
A rhino fish.
City custom. Okay, so sewer.
Yes. The sand beneath your feet becomes more sloshy and putrid with every step, and the stench in the air thickens as you approach the sewers. At last, the source, the fetor, reveals itself, piles of dead, rotting fish, washed up with the tide, each one with strange and disturbing physical deformities. Discolored scales, extra eyes and fins, and even human-like facial features plague the decomposing sea life. A large stone pipe protrudes from a nearby hillside, serving as the entrance to the sewers under Sandwall.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You go first.
I was just saying kill it with fire.
Oh, okay. Kama just walks up to the large pipe sticking out of the ground, looks at his brother, looks at the dragon lady and the human, and he goes,
Super Mario Brothers. That's the best you guys could do.
Okay, so then he says, he goes, he goes, he tries to look for an entrance or looks at the top of the pipe to see if he can get inside.
Okay. Yeah, this is a very large pipe, and when you arrive, it's only trickling. You can smell the sour smell of sewage. But even worse is the appearance of this thick sludge dripping from the pipe. Vivid green and softly glowing, this vile liquid is clearly unnatural.
Is the pipe horizontal or vertical?
Yeah, the pipe is horizontal.
That liquid is
You can just climb up the hill and climb into it. It's not a big deal.
All right, I'm just going to keep on going into the pipe. I'm finally going to take out my war hammers. You would watch the straps on the back of the pommels wrap around his wrist, and his knuckles would squeeze real tight. And he would say,
I hope there's no bats in there. Let's go.
And Pepsi looks at you and says, "We know one bat's going to be in there." And at that, Gizmo has been hiding out in its pouch, and it starts assembling itself into the bat and starts flying down the tunnel.
Smoky Flippy, go see what happened.
and he would just, I mean, he, at this point in time, Kama's just so ready to kill something, and he's just so pissed about what's like the whole day. It stunk like fish, and people were rude. People were cheap with beer and wine, and he just wants to kill. So he's just walking, and he's not stopping. He's trying careful to avoid the green stuff, but you know he's Kama, so he's like stepping on it and stuff. And
okay.
Just keeps on.
Okay. So.
And as we go in, Pepsi's goggles that have been holding back his hair gets pulled down, and they look almost completely black, but as soon as they go on his eyes, they start glowing.
All right. And Amak, anything you want to say before I read the next bit here?
Yeah, I mean, seeing that green sludge, he sighs and takes off his sandals, puts them in his backpack, and then walks in barefoot. Don't want to get my sandals dirty.
All right. So
is the sludge glowing?
The sludge glows. Yes, it's like
enough that we can see. Or
yes.
That I can see? Okay.
Yeah, it glows enough to give dim light to everybody.
Okay.
So it says you enter the sewers, and it doesn't take long for the crashing waves of Bleakwater Bay to fade away in the stone confines of this place. The constant drone of your own reverberating footsteps, whispers, and breath dominates your ears. The smell, however, doesn't change. If anything, the stench of refuse, rotting meat, and stale sweat only gets worse as you delve deeper. Now, the pipe you're in is it's like 15 feet tall. This is big, and it's all fitted granite stone, like in an archway, and then the bottom's fairly level, except in the middle there's a 6 foot wide, 6 foot deep channel that the sludge stuff goes through. So you're able to walk on the sides and not in the actual sewer itself, if that's what you want to do.
I attempt to move stealthily, although my party is not exactly stealthy, but perhaps I might not be noticed if there's an adversary out there.
I try to take the lead a little. I do have the double sight, so I've got 120 foot perfect dark vision.
Okay.
And then, of course, Gizmo's flying ahead of us.
Right. So, Amak, did you come into contact with the water?
My boot did, but not my skin. Only my brother's skin did, not mine. Because he took off his sandals.
Well, Amak, did you actually walk in the 6 foot deep thing, or are you staying up on the side?
I mean, I would follow wherever Kama went, I would go. So
is he walking in the 6 foot deep trench, or is he walking up on the side part?
Oh, I don't think I'd walk in the trench. I think.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Yeah, no, I mean that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But he would stay on the side. But may I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kama would see the human pass, and obviously the human's trying to take the lead, and he would like put his arm out so the human could, go, and Kama would bow and say, "Please go." So obviously the human would take the lead, and then Kama would go, "We're here!" and scream as loud as he can into the cavern of the sewer. And he would just like totally announce their arrival. And he would say, "Come and die!"
We can just hear it echoing down the sewers.
Yeah.
Die, die.
And then he would look at the human and say, "Go ahead. They come."
Okay.
Did you want to roll? Let's see. Pepsi wanted to go. Did Pugsy want to roll stealth? She mentioned that earlier.
Sure.
Because even if they see him, they don't have to necessarily see you.
That would be 18 for stealth.
Okay, so you think you're doing a pretty good job of creeping around the side where people won't notice you?
I'm walking probably about 15 feet behind the party, kind of bringing up the rear, and looking and watching.
Right, because from the rear you can backstab people so well. Safe place to be. Behind the monsters, the orcs. And half orc. All right. And where is Amat going in this row? Amat?
John, are you unmuted, or do you not? Did you not hear her? Can you hear us, John?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, the other
Yeah,
John.
Sorry, yeah. No, I didn't actually hear anything. It went out for a second. I had to read.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem. I was just asking where in the line of people.
No, I mean, I know that she's obviously that dragon lady's behind me, so I'll follow right after my brother. I'll let him go first.
Okay.
And I have my pike out.
And there is room to walk like one on each side, too. I mean, this thing's 15 feet wide.
No, I fight behind my brother.
However you desire. It's not up for me to tell you how to fight.
All right.
That's right, DM.
Player agency.
I think I will tell him just exactly how to play his character. No, you can't do it that way.
That's right. You find yourself on a railroad.
Brought to you by Indeed.
You find yourself strapped down to a railroad with a train coming. All right. So after you gave your bellow, are people going to stop and listen? Or are they just going to go striding down the thing? Or what's the deal?
Striding down, Kama's not stopping. He's just he's just walking and
yeah,
he's just really
this is how we hunt.
Yeah, it's time.
So you probably do hear, in spite of it, some sort of scratching noises and some little noises.
I pull out the puke bag and begin to sprinkle some on the ground.
Good idea. Smells so good in here to begin with.
Perfume, man.
Pugsy keeps an eye along the sides because understanding that there's possible to be side corridors and splits and things. Keeping an eye out in case there's something along the side that might come at us.
Yeah, you're in an area where it's starting to widen up, but you haven't gotten to any actual side things yet. And Pepsi, what are you doing?
I'm a bit smaller than the orcs, so I'm probably falling a little behind.
Oh, you were out in front.
I know.
And now you're falling behind.
To fall a little behind.
All right.
Brilliant. And so
and once they pass me a little bit, I'm gonna go into stealth mode as well.
Okay, what's your roll?
And I'm doing a horrible job of it. That is a grand total of 8.
Ooh.
Ah, tell me how you horribly stealth.
You've seen Elmer Fudd when he's trying to sneak up on the rabbit? And that's what you're doing now.
Oh, good.
As long as you don't do it next to me.
All right.
Yes. All right. So what you see then, it doesn't take any fancy perception check to see that you've got a dead corpse of some goblin with some rats on it, busily feasting on it.
I will, in frustration because it's nobody that's alive, begin to smash it with my war hammers and scream, "Where are the enemies?" And I'll just swing. I mean, I don't know if you're going to grant me the hit or not, but
Okay. So
I thought you guys were hunting the rats.
We save the rats. We have to kill them, but yeah, no, true.
okay.
Goblin bait?
So you're attacking the black sewer rats that are feasting on the body, tearing off strips of putrid green flesh.
yeah, I'm just like really pissed because nothing like he was expecting to see Sharkmen come out, but now it's like rats feeding on a goblin. So Kama's completely let down. So he's just like, "Where are the enemies?" And he's just like, wah, 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 smashing the shit out of this stuff, and just a little bit upset.
Yeah. Well, they're going to swarm out towards you.
Okay.
And I don't know if you would get a. I can't say that anybody gets a surprise roll here.
I don't think we'll get surprised. We just, we gotta
Yeah.
roll it. We gotta roll.
I guess
initiative.
better roll initiative.
Yeah.
I think that's what time it is.
Yes, ma'am.
What, dinner attack us?
21.
Ooh.
I have 0 dexterity. I got a 15.
I think you got 6.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm rocking a 17.
Just a second here. It'd be so much faster if I actually could do simple math in my head anymore. Well, it's going to be stupid. Okay. I guess, Kama, you get your first smacking attack at these poor innocent little rats.
Yeah, 17 and a 25.
Why do you get a 7-2?
Because I have two-handed attack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I rolled the 17 my first attack and it's 25 on my second attack.
Well, those will both hit.
All right. And I'll roll damage now. Uh, 4 and 8. So a total of 12.
Okay. That's bludgeoning, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Just a little bit of bludgeoning.
just a little bludgy, yes. All
I
right.
think-
Well, yeah, you take a pretty good smack into there, and actually, between the two hammers, you're going to probably kill close to half the rats.
And he would just bellow.
He's
Ah! Just as rats are circling around him.
All right, Pepsi, what are you going to do to the nasty black sewer rats?
Well, the rats that are still coming off the body, you hear a cha-cha, boom! And let's see how badly I'll miss. Well, that's probably a hit. That's 19.
Yes, that will
Yes.
hit.
For a whopping 4 damage.
All right. Well, you take out probably about a third of what's left. So you take out several more rats go flying every which way. And Amok. Half work.
Hamak reaches forward and touches his brother on the back, and he kind of whispers, "Buck true will give you strength, brother." And I will enhance his constitution using the enhance ability. He gains 2d6 temporary hit points.
Okay. And
You
then
want to roll, Andre? You want me to roll?
Oh, yeah.
9. 9.
Okay.
Next
Adding
hit points.
9 right now.
Yeah,
How long does that last?
lasts an hour.
Sweet. And Pugsy.
Pugsy is going to sneak up and attempt to slash a bunch of these stupid, ugly black rats with her short sword. Actually, wait. Hang on. Let me check something. This. Okay, sneak attack can use a range. I'm going to use my short bow instead. Makes more sense.
This will get the sneak attack because they're within 5 feet of it. At least Kama is. As I
Yes.
see it. Since he attacked them with a melee attack.
I don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet, the enemy isn't incapacitated, and I don't have disadvantage.
And since you're actually in stealth, you have advantage attacking from stealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, then.
Rogues are awesome.
So that would be 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then I only add the +2 to my regular hit and not to the sneak attack, right?
Yeah, just do 3d6.
Yeah, you just add it in once.
So, wow, I can't math. It's a total of 15.
Well,
Nice.
tell us how your short bow you managed to impale the last few rats in one shot.
I don't know.
I don't know
I
either.
only assume I must somehow get 2 shots out there.
Just like ricochets off of the stone back and forth like a bunch of times.
Or you wait until they perfectly line up and you fire the arrow, skewering them as they fly through the air and stick to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect timing.
Yes. Pretty
Kama,
good one. It's not even a nat 20.
Kama takes the arrow out of the wall with all of the rats skewered on it and just bites into one and just takes it out like a shish kebab. And he goes, "Good shot."
All right. Then you can take 3 points of acid damage from their caustic blood because they're acid rats.
That's fine. I'll take it. I have temporary hit points to blow.
There you go. You can use your temporary hit points.
That's right.
Spicy.
Spicy. Yeah, I was just about to say that. That's the best. All right, cool.
Oh, that's great.
All right. So, Kama would, drop the arrow then, and then he would pick up his hammer again. And once again, he would just keep on pressing on. He's not stopping. It's just going to happen today. He's going to kill everything that is in his path.
Oh, except for the point where we're running out of time.
Yep, we could stop, I guess. That would be awesome. And then,
I think,
we could
this would be a great place to stop. And we can delve into the sewers more deeply next time.
Yay, Carol.
And if you don't clean them all out in 10 minutes or something, then we'll get another session out of it.
All right.
Clean them. There's more than one. DM dropping hints.
Yeah, you're imagining hints. Yes, you go right ahead.
All right. Well, I had a blast. Thank you very much, DM Carol.
Yeah, I will go off the air here. And I thank you guys for playing with me. I enjoyed it very much. Had a really good time with you.
Same here.